The royal hall of the Aetherian Empire shimmered with soft blue light from crystalline pillars that rose toward a vaulted ceiling, each column humming with a calm resonance. Human officer Leon stood in the center of that grand chamber, surrounded by alien nobles whose silver eyes followed his every movement. Though he wore the formal uniform issued for human diplomatic personnel, he felt strangely out of place among the elegant figures that lined the hall. He had faced battlefields, storms, and crisis zones, yet nothing had tensed his heartbeat more than this moment. Across from him stood Princess Leora, daughter of the Aetherian Emperor, a figure known across the galaxy for wisdom, brightness of spirit, and a warmth that made even the cold halls of her palace feel alive. Leon had come to the Aetherian capital months ago as a representative in a joint human-Aetherian rescue mission. What began as cooperation during a crisis had become something else. In his time there he found himself, drawn not only to the luminous architecture and the culture of the Aetherian people, but to Leora herself. She had a habit of seeing straight through his defenses. Whenever he felt unsure, her laughter eased him. Whenever he doubted his place among these majestic beings, she would ask for his opinion before anyone else. Their friendship grew until the chambers of diplomacy felt more like an excuse to see each other again. Today, everything would change. Leon knew it. Leora knew it too. She stood across from him wearing ceremonial robes of pale silver. Her expression carried curiosity as she tilted her head, her small antennae lowering slightly in anticipation. Behind her, the nobles watched with mixed interest and amusement. Word had already spread that the human intended something bold. Humans were known for daring actions. Even so, no one had expected this. Leon inhaled. The cool air carried a scent like blooming lily. He stepped forward. His pulse echoed in his ears. He went to one knee, as humans traditionally did, and held up a small crystalline ring he had crafted himself using Aetherian star crystal. The glow reflected in her eyes. A soft hush cascaded across the hall as every noble leaned in. What happened next was not at all what he prepared for. Princess Leora burst into bright, melodic giggles. They echoed through the chamber, a sound so infectious that a few attendants failed to suppress their own laughter. Her shoulders shook as she covered her mouth with both hands. Leon froze. He had always known Leora found human customs intriguing. He had expected surprise, maybe confusion. He had not expected pure bubbling laughter. Her giggles grew until she had to stop and take a breath. Her antennae trembled with amusement. Leon felt heat rise to his face. For a moment, he wondered if he had made a terrible mistake. Perhaps kneeling was considered offensive. Perhaps offering a ring had some strange meaning among her people. But the moment her laughter softened, she stepped closer and spoke warmly. She asked him if all humans proposed by dropping to one knee. Her voice held a playful tone, as though she found the entire ritual delightful rather than foolish. Leon exhaled in relief. The nobles leaned in even more, waiting for her official reply. Leora extended a hand toward him. The hall grew silent again. Leon held his breath. Leora looked into his eyes, and her smile gentled into something sincere. Then, in a calm and steady tone, she gave her reply. The hall broke into applause. Leon felt his chest lighten, as though the tension that had gripped him for weeks had finally dissolved. Leora placed her hand in his. As she helped him stand, her giggles returned, softer now, but no less joyful. She told him she had never seen anyone kneel before her like that, and that the gesture was charming. Leon laughed as well, though his laughter was filled with relief rather than surprise. The nobles approached with congratulations. Some teased Leora gently. Others asked Leon about human engagement traditions. A few commented that humans were unpredictable, yet admirable in their boldness. Leon answered respectfully, though every time he met Leora's eyes, he felt warmth bloom inside his chest. The Emperor entered shortly after. He was a tall figure with an air of calm authority. The chamber stilled as he approached the pair. Leora stood straight, though her smile did not fade. Leon bowed his head. The Emperor regarded the human for a long moment. Then he gave a nod of approval. Leon felt a rush of gratitude. The Emperor addressed the hall with a voice that resonated like steady thunder. He declared that the bond between their people had strengthened in ways none expected. The hall erupted in renewed applause. Leon felt dizzy, overwhelmed by the moment. Leora's fingers squeezed his lightly, grounding him. A royal feast followed. Tables formed in a crescent shape around the central dais. Etherian cuisine sparkled beneath the lights, dishes that shimmered in shades of violet and gold. Leon joined Leora at the main table. Throughout the meal, she continued to laugh whenever she glanced at him. When he asked why she found the proposal so amusing, she explained that during her studies of human culture, she learned of countless human traditions. But she never imagined she would see one performed for her, especially by someone she cared for. That thought had surprised her, so much that laughter became her only reaction. Leon smiled shyly. He admitted he had rehearsed the proposal countless times. Leora teased him for that, saying he should have just trusted his heart. Their conversation flowed easily amid the celebration. Nobles approached to offer blessings. Musicians filled the hall with soft melodies. The room glowed with colors that danced like starlight. Later that night, the two walked through the palace gardens. Leora led Leon to a quiet spot beneath a towering luminescent tree. Its leaves glowed with a soft silver hue. She told him it was a sacred place where Etherian couples exchanged private vows. Leon felt honored. They stood beneath the branches, as gentle specks of light drifted down like falling petals. Leora turned toward him. Her expression shifted from playful to solemn. She told him that joining their lives would not be simple. Humans and Etherians had different customs, different expectations, different futures. There would be challenges. There would be scrutiny from both sides. Leon listened. He knew she was right. He told her he was ready. No matter what worlds they traveled or what complications arose, he wanted their lives woven together. Leora took his hands in hers. A warm glow spread between their palms as their energies aligned. It was a symbolic gesture in Etherian culture, a sign that two beings trusted each other completely. Leon felt a serene calm envelop him. They returned to the hall when the celebration shifted to the dance ceremony. The Etherian dances were graceful and fluid. Leon did his best to follow, though he stumbled at first. Leora giggled once more, guiding him gently. The nobles found his attempts charming. A few even joined in to show him simpler steps. The hall echoed with laughter and music. As the night grew deeper, the Emperor called for a traditional blessing. Leora and Leon stepped into the center of the hall. A circle of elders gathered around them. Each elder placed a hand over their hearts and whispered phrases in the ancient Etherian tongue. A gentle hum filled the air. The blessing was one of harmony, wishing balance and unity for the couple's future. Leon felt a soft warmth spread through his chest as the blessing concluded. Leora's eyes shone with affection. She told him how deeply honored she felt to share the ritual with him. He told her he felt the same. The celebration continued for hours. Leon met many dignitaries and accepted countless congratulations. Though overwhelmed, he never let go of Leora's hand for long. Each time he drifted through the crowd, she found him again, smiling with that bright expression that had captivated him from the beginning. When the festivities finally ended, the two walked once more through the palace corridors. Leora led him to a balcony that overlooked the capital city. Lights from thousands of floating structures painted the night sky. She leaned on the railing, her gaze drifting across the horizon. She asked Leon if he felt out of place in her world. He answered honestly. At first he had, but not anymore. Not since she helped him understand that he belonged not because of his title or his mission, but because she welcomed him into her life. Leora's expression softened. She admitted there were moments she felt lonely beneath the weight of her responsibilities. Leon told her she no longer had to face those moments alone. She smiled and clasped his hands again. A gentle wind swept across the balcony, carrying the scent of distant blossoms. Leora told Leon she looked forward to learning more about human traditions. She wanted to know everything, from ceremonies to daily habits. Leon promised he would teach her. She laughed lightly and said she hoped humans had more charming customs like kneeling proposals. Leon blushed. She found that endearing as well. As dawn approached, the sky turned pale gold. Leora rested her head lightly on his shoulder. Leon watched the horizon with her. The world around them felt calm, peaceful, full of promise. In that moment, he understood something. Their bond was not only a union between two individuals, but between two civilizations. The galaxy had expanded in countless ways, yet something as simple as shared laughter could bridge vast distances. When the first rays of sunlight touched the city, Leora spoke softly. She told him she could still feel the amusement from earlier. Every time she thought of him kneeling, the memory sparked joy. Leon sighed in good nature and told her he would happily kneel again if it made her laugh. She replied that once,